Hey Mavericks fans, big win over the Timberwolves last night, and we will break it down here in just a moment. But first, this is the time to subscribe. Help us out. We're closing in on 16,000 subscribers, about 151 away. Hey, maybe we can get there on this video. Spread the word. If you want consistent Mavericks coverage, news, rumors, game recaps, plus playoffs just around the corner, this is the channel for you, youtube.com/MavsTV. Welcome in to Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. Let's take a look back at that game from last night, talk about what it means moving forward, and then get into some other topics as well. So Minnesota came into the American Airlines Center and gave the Mavericks everything they could handle. Minnesota, but Dallas got it done, 110-108. Another clutch win for the Mavs, both literally and figuratively, as they were able to close down the stretch. They were down 103-100, into the game on a little 10-5 run to steal this one, 110-108. Some dramatics late with Patrick Beverley, but at the end of the day, this was a massive win because Minnesota's been red hot, and had they won this game, they'd only be a half game back behind Dallas. Instead, that create some breathing room between where the Mavs sit and that number 7 seed, which is what you want to avoid because of the play-in tournament. Good balance scoring for Dallas, 6 guys in double figures. Powell was tremendous. I mean, did not miss a field goal, 8 for 8 from the floor, 22 points. He was outstanding for the Mavericks last night. When he plays well, he's a huge difference maker for this team, and he needed to play well because Luka Doncic, quite frankly, didn't have one of his better games. He had probably one of his worst games statistically. Even when he's bad, he's still impactful. He grabbed 10 rebounds, dished out 6 assists on top of his 15 points. But for the first time in a while, Patrick Beverley actually, might have gotten into his head a little bit. Luka has owned him over the years. But, in this one, Beverley was able to win some of those matchups. But I mentioned that it's a clutch win. It's even more clutch because Luka didn't play well. Chuck Cooperstein, voice of the Mavericks, had this note. I thought this was important to contribute. After last night, the Mavs are 21-16 in clutch games. If you don't know what a clutch game is, games decided by 5 points or less in the final 5 games. And then also, they are 12-2 since February 2nd. That's really, really good. In those games, the Mavs have shot 55.5% from the field, 36.5% from 3, 89% from the free throw line. That's tremendous. That is absolutely tremendous. 4 of 7 from the field down the stretch in crunch time against Minnesota. Gotta win these type of games because come playoff time, they're all going to be clutch. And any game you can win with Luka not playing well is a good thing. That shows the depth this team has created, especially since the trade deadline by adding Spencer Dinwiddie. You got Brunson, Powell stepping up and playing big. Dodo hit some big shots as well. If you win any game when Luka struggles, that's a good thing for the Dallas Mavericks, especially against a red-hot Minnesota Timberwolves team. So where does that leave this team as of now? Every team's got anywhere from about 10 to 12 games remaining. These are where the Mavericks sit. The 5 seed, a game back of Utah. You'd like to get that 4 seed and have home court advantage. I don't think you're going to get into the top 3, so you're shooting for number 4 if you are Dallas. But it was big to win because Denver's been lurking right there. Minnesota has been on the Mavs' hips as well as 5 through 7, really 4 through 7, very, very tight right now. And one of those 4 teams, Dallas, Utah, Denver, and Minnesota, is going to be stuck in that play-in game. And you don't want that. You don't want to have to play in the play-in game because that means you have to win one of 2 games to clinch a playoff spot, and you would rather avoid that at this point in time. I think a win last night goes a long way in doing just that. What seed will the Mavs end up with? Like I said, 4 through 6 the most likely. 7 still possible. Type 4, 5, 6, 7, a different seed. If you want to go crazy and think they jump all the way up to 3, I don't think that's going to happen. Let me know, what seed will the Mavericks end up with? Well, the higher they get, it's probably due to this guy, Luka Doncic, and you can represent him by getting his jersey at chatsports.com/Luka jersey. Tons of different ones available, including some of the newer ones as well, different brands also. Plenty of sizes, chatsports.com/Luka jersey. We got tons of them in the stock. Some of them are on sale. Go check out that link below, chatsports.com/Luka jersey. You're watching Mavericks Today. I am Harrison Graham. Could Dallas target Zach Lavine this off season? The Bulls superstar set to be a free agent this summer. And there's been some chatter that, maybe, just maybe he could test the open market, although Chicago would certainly like to bring him back, I would have to think. Here's what Nico Harrison said following the Kristaps Porzingis trade, a.k.a. giving the Mavs some flexibility to make some moves. Quote, "We've been saying it gives us depth, it gives us flexibility, and the flexibility comes in different ways, not just with your roster, but with potential moves down the road, including maybe going out and trying to get a guy like Zach Lavine. You could do a sign-and trade where Chicago takes a couple of your contracts, you sign Lavine, and the money could add up. Now, Lavine is eligible for a 4-year, $160 million max contract this summer of $40 million a year. I mean, that's a lot of money. Now, he's really, really good. This is a 25, 27-point scorer when right. He's been playing through some injuries this year, and he's still averaging 24 and 5 while shooting the ball exceptional, 48% from the field, 40% from three. And those numbers are while playing next to DeMar DeRozan as well, who's obviously taken up a lot of touches as well. And Lavine is still having an all-star caliber season. I would love him in Dallas. Now, I will say this. I do love the player. I think he could fit here. I don't see him leaving Chicago, though. The Bulls have just gotten this thing rolling after being disappointing for a while, kind of since the peak Derrick Rose days. They haven't done much. So to split up Lavine from the rest of that roster doesn't really make sense. They can offer him that 4-year, $160 million. I don't think he's leaving Chicago. Now, I would love to see it happen. I'd love the Mavs to land Zach Lavine, to have a duo of Luka, Lavine, and maybe Spencer Dinwiddie is kind of your third piece there. But, I just don't think it's super likely. Would you go out and sign Lavine if he was available? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Get your votes in down in the comments, and let me know. Should be a fun offseason here in a few months. But the focus remains on this season, and you look at the schedule coming up for Dallas. Got that big win over Minnesota last night. Houston tomorrow night, got to take care of business at home against them, because then the next two games are huge as far as the Western Conference standings go. At Minnesota, you beat them again, it kind of eliminates them from catching you. They could still catch Denver, but probably not going to catch Dallas unless the Mavs just fold down the stretch. Utah at home, that's a huge game in terms of that 4-5 deal. If you lose to Utah, you're probably not getting that 4 seed. If you beat them, you got a real shot. Lakers at home, they've been reeling. Played a little better as of late, but you should beat them. At Cleveland, that's a 50-50 type game. The Cavs have been good this year, not as good after the All-Star break, but still a playoff team in the Eastern Conference. And every game matters, because you're 2.5 games ahead of 6th in the West, 3 games ahead of 7. Got to stay ahead of 7. Really got to stay ahead of 7. At worst, you want to be the 6th seed to avoid that play-in. But again, you're shooting for the 4 seed, which you're 1 game back. And if you beat Utah, got a chance to lap them in the standings. One more quick update. Davis Bertans still out with knee soreness. Would not expect him to play against Houston tomorrow. That per Jason Kidd. Obviously, Tim Hardaway remains out. But this is the out of current injuries, guys, who could play soonish. Bertans not going to play in that one. But otherwise, this team's healthy, and that is a good thing. All right, question of the day before we sign off. Maybe you don't live in Dallas or Texas, but I know a lot of you guys do, as we are all MFFLs. Pick one. Pick one food in Texas. Tex-Mex or barbecue? Both are staples down here. Type T for Tex-Mex, type B for barbecue. Let us know, and I'll be reading your comments, so get your votes in.